first, I would thank for Stella and Vivian, Steven, and Jeff, all your support for Joru Foundation, for my project in Tibet. I really thank for that. Then also Kristen, wonderful, and introduce the reason why for supporting, and also of course for always for support and dedicate for Joru Foundation and to support always Tibet. So thank you so much. And then all of you, also I'm very happy to this many friends here, long-time friends, and so all of you to coming and to spend with us a bit short while and listen the causes and the conditions of the school and the children's, and what the people are doing and why we need help and what they need. Just listen. That's wonderful, and I really appreciate that. Sometimes very rare opportunity to share people about the situation. So therefore, it's just you come here to listen that situation. Very happy. So therefore, I thank all of you to come in. And then I don't know what I'm going to talk so much, but just normally when sometimes I have some opportunities to little presentations in colleges, schools, and in public places. Before we start, and Stephen asked me, "Are you nervous?" And then I told him, "Yes, I'm very nervous." The reason because sometimes to be in Tibetan Lama or Guru or teacher name is very heavy, a huge responsibility. Therefore, it's a little nervous. I'm not that great master or guru. So that is the carry of Tibetan Lama's name, and they talk about the public and a little bit nervous. But as human being, we are, of course, human brothers, sisters. We are all same kind. So then it's okay, We can talk as human level, as friendship. Then explanations, our situations, and our own what kind of learning, what is the benefit, what is the harms, all these things. We can discussion and conversation and openly. Then I think it's not so necessarily to be nervous to our same kind of people to just dialogue or conversation with. So then it's a little bit relaxed. So like that. So therefore, today here I'm talking about not I'm some kind of Tibetan Lama important person, but I'm just to come here and talk with you as just like you, one human person, and talking about my emotions and how we deal with our emotions when it arises. So that's because I would like a demonstration or what I want a little bit presentation or to share with you. So as we, of course, I think we are, of course, different background, different colors, different shape, and different language, cultures. But as a human being, and the mental emotions, that's I think same. You are in the East, you are in the West. Doesn't matter. But before I come to U.S., and I thought American is very technology and economically very high. So my perspective, they're always happy, they always enjoy, smiling, and very calm. I never thought they have some stressing frustration, anxiety, depression. Because I thought before when I come here, because people have depression, people have frustration, the limitation of the material comfort. Therefore, they have some problems in here and there. So then I thought in America never have those names, even maybe no one knows those vocabularies. But then I come here, and Americans have a little frustration, and sometimes and here and there a little bit, difficulties. And then I think, oh, we are human beings, same human being. Just we are different language, different, colors. So therefore, it's because we can share our experience with each other, and then we can help each other that way. That's I think. So anyway, today is my little presentation about
mindfulness in the material
okay.
world. Meditation.
Okay, so like that. So that's for, I think, a benefit for everyone. Sometimes we not that much to be mindful with the material object. Therefore, we are never have satisfied by the material comfort, and we are pursuing constantly rather than we satisfy or enjoy or contentment what we have, Then it's sometimes we feel or we have some difficulties within a material, materialist. So that's I don't think is supposed, not necessarily. Because material, if the problem is, I think, if problems because we are rely upon our happiness or our joyful piece of life is rely upon the materialist, then it's a materialist itself not have the qualify to satisfy individual human desire. If they don't have that, then we are fully rely upon only our life to happy or not happy, successful or not successful, only depend materialist. Then it's because sometimes we will kind of fail, then we get some difficulties. That's not the problems of the materialist. Of course, the materialist also has a lot of comfort, a lot of benefits, yes, but sometimes we too much rely upon that. Then is the examples, just I mentioned, and compare in Tibet and here in America, the material comfort, very much differences. And the Tibetan very limited, not that much. Here's compared to Tibet, everything, very luxury, a lot. Then also, among within in Americas, there's many levels of people. Some people have very much, luxury. They're not materialist, object. They, what they want, almost they have. But still, because my experiences, I have sometimes, fortunately, spent time with some, American, like famous or rich and movie star. Here there a little bit, So one time I have spent with one American movie star, and I think about a week and something like that. And then we have a couple times breakfast together, and also he asked to drive. We did the drive. He said he has some questions about the Dharma, and but in meantime he never have time to ask questions. Always someone bring phone here. Someone bring phone here, and then that's okay. He's busy, but at the same time have very struggling and difficult to dealing with things of his success. So then I think to be famous, to be rich, only to really depend that material only because for our focus. Then you are become too famous, become too rich. What the point? So when you have become rich, when you have some material comfort, then you satisfy, you enjoy. Yes, because your aim is successful. Your goal is that because we are human beings. Our goal, our purpose is to be happy life, be peaceful life. Yes, I call is our human birthright is to successful life, to be happy life, successful happy life. That is, I think, supposed to be human right, yes, human right, human birthright, to be successful. Successful means you are happy or not. That's a depend. I don't think it's you are very rich, very lot of depressions, anxieties, and sad. It's not necessarily you are successful life. So therefore, it's because we pay attention more material development and to pursuing materialist. How? Later they have definitely some. I think should have some method. How we get, what do we get? If we get something, how we can satisfy from within this material object. I think we have some kind of we can be in attention, be with mindful. And then because that is the causes of how to satisfy from the materialist or the material object. Because internal world, I think very much is a depend. The source of our life to happy, not happy, satisfied or not, I think is more depend internal world. That's I think. So then is the Tibetan Buddhism. I think all other traditions same. There's a method of called meditation. Bring about your mind to be calm, to be relaxed. So just relax. Someone said you relax. Don't think anything. Close your eyes. Not I think enough for long term to build of happiness or calm or peace. So that should have be some techniques of, but how to calm and how to maintain that calmness, or maintain the calmness. That's important. Just one day, maybe we can calm. When we close eyes, there's not thinking anything. All live beside our worries and hopes and fears, and just close eyes, a little bit hold the breath. Maybe But that question is for how last long that kind of experience. So therefore, we should build for last long of happiness, last long of peace, and not necessarily need to control our life, the under-afflictive emotions or disturbing emotions. If we lead ourselves under control, disturbing emotions, they will lead a lot to bring about frustration, irritation, So then it's because sometimes unnecessary, unfortunate consequences we will face. So that is not human desire, So because this is unfortunate consequences, it's not our human desire, then we need to take care of them before they arise, before they come. When they come, when we have difficulties or because there's some frustrations from some anxieties, some depressions come. Now we need to take care of some pills, drug, medicine, a little bit too late. Before it's arising, before we have frustration, before we have anxiety, before we have some, struggles, then we have some method, some tools, to prepare. You are Americans and generally very, smart to pay insurance, yes, for the future your health, Sometimes you go to dentist before your tooth come out. Tibetans not smart, not educated. Therefore, it's Joru Foundation focus on the education. No one it's important to go to dentist. There's Tibetan people here are witness. They don't know they have to go to check or clean their teeth before they come out, So here's very smart. You clean, you go, fix your teeth before the teeth have problems. So therefore, we need to give the education for Tibetans. Insurance, why important? You clean your teeth, why important? So therefore, it's, we need to introduce them. But you are very clear, and very smart. But then also because here is you are more pay attention, more pay intention, yeah? More pay attention?
Pay more attention.
Or pay
more
more attention to physical hygiene, but you not that much pay attention mental hygiene, not that much. So you need equally pay attention physical attention, the hygiene as well as mental hygiene. Then because you can build really healthy body and the healthy mind. So and the Tibetans sometimes pay attention their mental hygiene, yes, but they don't pay attention the physical hygiene. So they have a problem with the physical lot. So we need in here a little bit both, a little bit pay attention, you know. So that's we think. Therefore, it's because it's necessary, it's important, very smart. You take care of your teeth, your health. But also the meditation is kind of like that. You take care before it's arising your difficulties, your stressing. You know, you some have preparation, like how do you have some preparation your teeth before you come. Yes, so like that. Meditation, I think like that. To tool, some method, some technique before our emotions arise. So therefore, it's because I think everyone, you know, any human being is a little bit make time to make meditate, you know. So there's meditation have analytical meditation and one single pointed concentration meditation. Both is, you know, more potential internal world. So then is analytical meditation means watching the thoughts, you know. Usually we not watching the thoughts. So sometimes the Buddhist master said, when you watching your thoughts look like a waterfall, not busy, yes, constantly moving, you know, going here and there. And from past memories continue or pursuing future plans, always busy. But the waterfall-like thoughts, you can take care more slow down, like a river flowing river like. You make it more calm down. Then you more focus your thoughts, and then your thoughts can be like a unmoving lake, you know, ocean, like, you know, no moving like ocean. So until then, we need a little bit to take care, you know. For example, the oceans or the lakes, when they're moving, when they're clear, their itself is very clear, and because the moving is not the ocean, yes, the conditions. So therefore, ocean is the definition ocean, clear, unmoving, and very deep and wise, yes. That is our mind. Our natural mind is very calm, very clear. And there's not so much, you know, moving distractions. All our distractions, like, you know, wind to moving the waves in the ocean, you know. Ocean is the same ocean moving, yeah? But no, it's the conditions, the wind, you know, to moving in direction to another direction. Same, our mind. It's natural, our mind, human mind, it's very calm, very clear, and very vast. So like that. Therefore, we need to understand that stage. We little bit pay attention. So there's one method everybody can to practice. For me, myself, is the most benefit. No matter what I see, what I can hear, what I can look, you know, to perceiving more optimistic way. It's really a benefit. Because I receiving in the more pessimistic way, then it's even small things makes it really a lot of bothers. You know, then there are some bothers arising, then of course frustration is rising. Then it's to change my reaction, you know. Then it's make bothers for the community, friendship, families. You know, my reaction. Sometimes, you know, bad words come, sometimes, you know, hand shaking, you know, like faces become red, you know, like that. So that's, you know, our thoughts, some kind of frustration arising. So like that. Therefore, it's because then it's, you know, the violence, destroy, separation, unnecessary fortunates come. Then we are sad, you know. But we can take care before they can. So that's because the reason before I choosing the topic, we more focus material object to be with the mindful, with the material object. That means we not rely upon our all happiness and joyful life is come from the materialist. But of course, still we can rely upon as much we can, what we want, but fully, 100% we can rely upon material, our happiness. Then material don't have the qualify to satisfy human desire. Then because we get a little difficulty, again we have some frustration arising. Yes, that I think is understandable. In here, I don't know, 1990 or whatever is 2000 something is a little bit crash of economic, yeah. So then many people have depressions. But then it's compare 100 years before and the 2000 whatever 3 or when that. So compare that. For that times much more material luxuries. But it's that time they compare, it's difficult, yes. But you compare your life 100 years before, or maybe 40 years before. Then that times you have still a lot luxuries. So therefore, it's because everything's related, depend. Our attitude, how we receive it. So that means we more mindful with materialist, how we accepting, how we pursuing. That's I think very much depend. And then internally, as I mentioned, the source of our life is come from not I think the materially benefit. Our main happiness and the peace or successful lives come from internal world. So therefore, it's a little bit everybody, pay attention, little internal world. Every day, little by little, I just mentioned watching the thoughts. That is a symbol, very simple, yes. So then it's that is how to meditation, analytical meditation. Then it's one single pointed concentration. It's also a benefit. So that is I sometimes my own benefit to watching breath, So very simple. We all breathing every day. So our breathing is very precious because therefore we live. We live. When we not breathing, no useful. Yes? When we breathing, it's fresh, very useful. So therefore, so the breathing is very precious. But we can make more precious that. So use the breathing and the object of our focus, So that is, I think, very simple. We can do everybody, When, just as I mentioned, we breathing every day in 24 hours. And some philosophical experience, one human average person who is, very healthy person, 24 hours, I think 21,000 of breathing in and out, So that is because most of the time we're not aware. We are breathing, we know it's precious because that's a depend. We're walking, talking life, but we're not so much aware our breathing, not so much notice we're breathing in and out. So it's for breathing meditations, just aware we're breathing, Yes, please. Just aware we're breathing, Forget the distractions, but whatever the cause of frustration from past or from future or present, but just naturally, not try to fix, just naturally let it go, all the thoughts of related past or future, and just present because watching the breathing, aware of the breathing, breathe in, breathe out, and focus that. And that itself is because there's no distraction. Then is whatever the condition or circumstance of the present, but it can be that moment very fresh and alive and enjoyable. Then this very enjoyable moment we can expand, more longer. How to we can, stability that experience of enjoyable, or we call that's why it's very enjoyable. We experience of our mental ease or peace. So we are aware of that because there's why is the mind or the nature, just before I mentioned, unmoving like ocean is we can aware. Therefore, that is very peaceful, because no distraction. So that is very enjoyable, Then this is the important, that's kind of, we have sit, now we need to extend that, more bigger, more longer, So then 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 2 hours, 1 hour, how many, without distraction you can sit, just watching your breath, enjoy that. Then when is some circumstance arising, then that time's not focus the problem, just watching your breath. A few minutes, few seconds, then you reduce your symptoms of the stressing. Then you physically and mentally you become too calm. This brings out your clear answers, the decisions more clear. Otherwise, with the frustration, with the irritation, it's difficult, to decision. Even some you decided, not a very smart decision, because with a lot of distractions. So therefore, it's watching with your breath, little bit, focus your calm. Then after mind is more clear and calm, also physical, also symptoms reduced, then now your decision is much more clear. That decision is you will not regret. Then it's a benefit. So like that. Therefore, it's, I don't know time, but I would like to offer you very but really I myself, I mentioned before, as human being, lot, environmentally, especially when we work with the school. Also, same time we also help some what you call elderly homeless people. So during that time, a lot of situations are not easy to deal with, very difficult. So then it's because of my meditation and my little analysis of the thoughts, more, well, no matter what the situation, I can look more optimistic way. Then I can easily to handle, because it's not so much anger or hatred or like, these disturbing emotions not necessarily arising. I'm not necessarily, no matter, that's okay, no matter the situation, but not necessarily we can, develop our anger or hatred towards, because when we look more optimistic way. If we look at that situation a little bit difficult way, like pessimistic way, then we develop our anger or hatred, or then because we're not doing the proper way the situations, yes? Then, of course, the fruition, the consequences, more problem. So then it's later we have some regret, some, upset and more, So those things we can, easily handle. We have a little bit techniques, method. When we know the method, then we have a marvelous human intelligence. Easily we can fix our situations. We not necessarily little, I'm stressing, I'm anger, little anger. I don't think I'm not agree that. Some people, okay, you anger, little anger, do continue anger. But then it's the anger fruition or the consequence anger will bring about a lot of damages, for one's own life and the life for others. So therefore, we can take care of that, I think it's not that difficult. So my own situation, just I mentioned, it really helps a little bit to think about optimistic way, no matter what my situation. That is one key for me to help. Then it's sometimes big same situation people mentioned. But for my receiving, I don't think that difficult, because there's a lot of great possibilities we can, remove those obstacles. So that's a gift also, this optimistic give us hope and courage to dealing with that situation. Pessimistic attitude make, less hope, yes? And then we can get, depressions like that. So that's I want to offer you. And then I want to give you the chance to ask me questions, what do you want to know from me or from, Buddhist ideas, any other, the notions of meditation, whatever you want to know. I want to give you a chance to that, yes?
Yes. So my name is Susan.
Yes,
Hi.
Susan.
And thank you for your talk. It's very helpful, very insightful. So I work with business leaders
Yes.
and executives and companies, and I run these year-long programs. I wrote one called Zen and the Heart of Leadership. And I teach, they learn a meditation practice and all that. And yet, I find that so many people, they have a lot of responsibility and a lot of pressure. And they'll find more calm, they find more center, and then they find themselves getting caught.
Yes.
You know, it's like they get back into the pressures or problems arise and all of that, and they get caught. And I'm wondering if you could say something to, there's the practice which over time has that beneficial impact, but when you're caught, you know, and you're, I don't know if you know the word hijacked. Hijacked. Is it like, you know, by your feelings and by what's happening out here. And are there things that you find helpful to come back to that center? Yeah.
Not that I want to interrupt, but I'm so glad that you brought this up, because being a business owner and running a business, you find yourself in a situation at least 10 times a day.
At least.
At least. And there are the extreme highs and the extreme lows.
Yes.
And I'm really glad you asked this question.
Thank you.
Because I think all of us can.
Thank you. Thank you. Before I mentioned everybody's as a human level, we all same. So the one thing is because sometimes as we can think, of course, for myself, sometimes I have difficulties when I work with the students. Then, you know, they have many types of, personalities, yes? Among the students, there are same teacher, same, school, but it's a different types of personality.
Yes.
So then it's because, but in the mental level, because for my example, for myself, because I want to, of course, always happiness, others care, or others affection, it's necessary to be human being, always we need to depend on others. So therefore it's because just like those who, little bit, struggle in their own, world, whatever, as a human being, because they want, no matter what they're doing, what they're acting, but their main desire to solve their problem,
Yes.
to be happy, and to look forward to others' loving kindness. Because as one person like me, so then I saw those people, students, whoever have some even difficulties, they do some unnecessary, to bring some unnecessary consequences, but not necessarily to building my anger towards them, ignore to them, but accepting, to no matter what, but through understand each other, open heart each other, dialogue, or through conversation, there's a possibility we can, solve sometimes. For me, like that, especially, with the patient, make a calm. For when someone is very stressing, the moment we go with some kind of stressing, then the person said, if there's fire and you put more fire in, more wood put in the fire, then it's more burning, yes? So therefore, it's a little bit there, you wait and then the patient. Patient come from the understand others' emotion, So then we are more cultivating our loving kindness towards, rather than we heated anger development. That makes really differences for within a relationship and also I think leadership, to understanding, each others. So that sometimes there's a little bit of difficulty personality. Then we try to fit that kind of attitude, and not so much works. Then it's the depend also, as mentioned, what is we developing, you know. We develop towards hatred, anger, suspicious towards, and then there's consequences, some negative, you know. But we develop understanding, loving kindness, caring for their well-being, not only necessarily one's own self-centered, but on community, well-being of community, especially long-term benefit in the community. Then it's because they have solution to solve that problem. It's come up. Otherwise, sometimes we need to examine long-term, short-term benefit. You know, if we talk, we make, you know, that is, you know, dialogue. What is the real benefit? You know, then it's also my own, also a little bit Buddhist background. It's more important, pay attention, little, you know, you're cultivating compassion and love. So, but I don't know exactly I'll follow or not. But anyway, because little bit try to concern the other's well-being, you know. So that is the situation and the moment we're dealing is what is for long-term this community relationship or leadership for healthy, happy for long-term, what's the best? Not the best of the moment solution, you know. But sometimes that time is we can, whatever we talk, but the most time, we little bit more what you call holistic view for that community situation. Then we have come up, you know, best solutions. So like that.
Can you say a little bit more about this really developing compassion? Because it seems like with the people that I work with, some people very naturally,
Yes.
very intuitively, they have that. And other people, it's very hard for them to find that,
Yes.
even though they understand it's better to be compassion. It's better, you know, it's better to treat people well, but the sense of it, or that the
Yes.
feeling of connectedness to people, they don't experience it. They experience themselves as very separate,
Yes.
and really a lack of compassion. So I'm wondering if you can say something about what you have
Okay.
found helps
Thank
people
you.
to really develop
Okay.
that. Yeah.
And generally, as human beings, we all come from, of course, parents and especially mother. So we naturally have biological compassion, biological compassion seat. So therefore, we can extend that. But of course, it needs to method to extend our biological, you know, love to become to, you know, unbiased love. You know. So that is unbiased love or partiality love. We need some method to extend that, you know. So that is not that much, I think, is difficult when we have the method. But in the moment, what we can do, that situation, maybe we can't, you know, teaching them how to be, you know, compassion or loving kindness in that moment. But our own emotions, we can take care, understand of the genuine love, you know. So genuine love is not really necessarily, you know, partiality, yes? So therefore, is this person you like or not? You can cultivating your love and kindness toward that person through understand as human level, you know, our own because emotions. Oh, I want someone, for example, someone they have emotions, difficulties, yeah? They don't like it. They're not happy for that. But the under control of these two emotions, kind of no choices. Therefore, is this person who have a little bit the view of holistic that situation, then they're more compassion, more open-hearted, more patient with that person. Then interdependent origination, this person will be reduce their difficulty personality. Because the energy, one side is more open and more kinder, and then this bring about slowly, other side is more become too gentle. Or maybe they're really changing their personality or changing ourselves, we don't know. And Tibetan said, if there's a sandalwood forest, it's other ordinary wood you put in the sandal forest. And later on, those ordinary wood become sandalsmith. You know, they change. So like that, someone's a more compassionate person, more open-hearted, more patient, then your partners, your friendships, they will become to more, patient, open-hearted, definitely. Some kind of what we call interdependent origination connection, So that's, I think, only we can do, The most important, sometimes as we are human, naturally, sometimes we not so much open our mind not to see the objectively. We not to look holistic way. Then it's because we not to see, the real source of to solving the problems. So that is because I think is the best method we can see or understand, tire the situation, and then finding the best solution. But it's the meantime, I think, for my own experience, to understand the emotions and not cultivating or not developing anger towards or hatred towards, then it's some have best, solution later to solve, and they will change. Then I can give you answer. I don't know.
Yeah, that's helpful. Thank you. So understanding. Thank you.
Other questions? If no questions, that means you want to buy, You need more time to buy. Yes,
it's a little bit, it's part of what you just said in terms of the teaching. I find as women, we are naturally wired to be loving, kind, and compassionate with everyone.
yes, true.
With our children, with our husbands, with our partners. I find in my 40s, I know many women where we struggle with being loving and kind and compassionate to ourselves. We expect so much out of ourselves to be there for the world. So what advice do you have for us as women who find a hard balance to nurture ourselves while we're nurturing the world?
That's very true. And Buddhists always said mother sentient being. We always say mother is the most important. The reason because mother have special love, special sensitivity of to take care of others' well-being. Yes. So therefore, all mothers are very kind. Even not only humans and the animals, we know, the mothers always responsibility to take care of their babies, their kids. So very special heart. So then it's because always we say mother sentient being, mother beings. So because of mothers. But still mother's compassion is sometimes a little biased compassion. So therefore it's a little bit their children, their relatives, their care, what they know, and they know much, think about it, they don't know things, So this is even, it's a little biased, but still it's wonderful, yes. But this bias to have possibility we can do unbiased as loving. So therefore it's the mothers who know, I think, and many places, and the mothers women have a lot opportunities to, to become to leaders, become to, wonderful people, Before our history, sometimes mothers have wonderful, characteristic of to care of, others' well-being, or more sensitivity for others' sufferings, Men's a little bit, we call thick skin, So little bit. So therefore, when we start the wars and the fightings, the armies, the many colors, most times men, no such. There's take care of babies, some of those things, it's more women's. So therefore we call, I don't know, in Tibetan call women's thin skin, men's thick skin. So like therefore they have different sensitivities. So anyway, because women have special, there's a natural characteristic to loving, definitely. So, but then it's also the mothers have, especially this country, great opportunity. So therefore, take this opportunity to extend their loving kindness bigger, more wider, and more vast. So then is a way sometimes called infinitive love, yeah? So mothers can do that as, easily extend to become to infinitive love because they are, already have wonderful love. So now because take that's a special method how to, what to call is sometimes interpreted called wisdom combined with compassion. That means this your compassion take some special purpose of compassion, method of compassion to solving, others' problems, So like that, I don't know, then you can, learn different, what is the best method, how to, extend your love and kindness. But for me, very much agree, the women have more, love, So even our school in the beginning, we have struggling difficult with to bring a lot of girls in our school. And always the boy took. Then we kind of little more fighting for that to bring two girls. And the first year in 1999, we get only 3 girls, and 20, I think, 8 is boys. Then we try to, girls in the school. And then later on, then almost now, so we can get half, many girls. And we supported the girls more than the boys. And then the girls writing books, we publish girls' poems and books. And then people think, oh yes, they have, ability, potentials of girls equally as boys. Tibetans before not so much aware of that, So then we lot for fighting that, even 21st century, but still we need fighting for, women. And so therefore it's many, today is I meeting before I come here, the Jacob and Sonam about the future Joru Foundation direction. They think we bring more girls in here rather than boys. Already we bring 2 boys in college in Spokane from our orphan school, 2 orphans, and here Spokane we bring. So now they're graduating soon for the college. But the Jacob and Sonam thinking it's more girls we try to bring. I totally agree that. And in future, more effective for women. So I don't think I did answer your question, sorry. Because I didn't know it. Rank what? Oh, right. Oh, thank you. No, I get it. Sorry for women. Yes. That is because it really depends. The true love, as I mentioned, unconditional love is very important. If your love is unconditional love, no matter what you get consequences, you never have regret. So that's it depend, Sometimes you loving kindness, within expectations. Then it's some there's conditions. Not really, we will fully admire what we did. Some kind of a little bit, regret. That is the reason because we have some conditions. So I think no matter what we can do, small or big, try to be unconditionally to expand the love. Then beginning start with a few small community to slowly extend. Yes, a Buddhist method they have from love and kindness start with own loved one or parents or own child. The most we love and compassion start with that. Usually love first, then compassion. So therefore, it's love and kindness start with the most loved one, and then it's 2, 3, 4, 5 people. Then it's neutral people. Then it's to someone we don't like, enemies. Like that. So then the equanimity attitude or equal right, equal pulse view. So that is a special attitude, So that kind of attitude of equanimity attitude towards all sentiment, then it's whatever you do, your compassion never have condition. Then you never have feel something's wrong, your compassion, So that is because I think it depends. So we need to, what we can do. That is we try to with unconditionally, unexpectationally, That's also maybe my own word. sometimes I make up vocabularies. So my friend is called Lama Lakshey Zangpo's vocabularies. Yes,
I'm a little bit curious about more of the wisdom,
the
with
wisdom.
compassion,
Hmm?
because what comes to mind as I'm hearing everybody talk is that there's so much competition
Oh yes.
between people, whether it's not gender, it's men competing for status, or women competing for status with
Sure.
their children or themselves or their appearances, and all of that, and that to me is that competition seems to exclude compassion.
Before I mentioned, because those situations or these appearances, the reality of these appearances, sometimes we not see holistic way. Then of course they have some, competition, struggling between here and there, men and women. But if we see the reality, the functioning, then because we more things, more aware objectively, then it's because there's not so much such a distinction, who's divided, the properties, the enemies, friends, you, me. But I think it mostly is a natural own habitual tendency creation, our own creation. Then this own create about, adopt, you, me, like that. For example, sometimes that's, I think, for example, I have phone, yes, and my phone, before I buy the phone, if, for example, someone is stealing or break or like the touching or whatever, I'm not that much irritated, yes? I don't care, if that phone is stolen. But when I adopt, it's mine. Then I care about that phone very much. You don't touch, it's my phone. You don't break, that is mine, This is because I distinction between is mine related with me or not related to me, so I can neglect it no matter what. That kind of attitude is not very wise, view, not, correct on the wise view. Then it's a small, kind of catch we put ourselves. Then inside there, so we can make a lot of distinctions, divide it. So then there's naturally no one to divide it, So, but we make our own this divided. Oh, you, me, belong to you. So then there's a grasping, arising, the attachment grasping. Oh, mine. No, I buy, I did pay. So like that. So like these things is because we not see the materialist or holistic way. Then we creation about unnecessary lot of consequences. Then we have difficulties. So like that. So therefore it's a little bit, before I mentioned how we view about the materialist or the object, any object, friend, family, others. What's the benefit if we have competition? We hit each other. What's the benefit? If nothing to benefit, why we continue to do that? So therefore, those things we can, we can judge our very the marvelous intelligent, We have human being, and the Buddhist call we are very special. Why we are special? Our skin special, our bones special, our flesh special? No, other beings have that. Other animals have. They have meat, they have flesh, they have skin, they have brain, they have bones. That part we not special, but we have a special brain. This special brain, if we not use in proper way, if we doing in wrong way, then we have wrong view. What is the educator doing? Many these make a bomb, made it difficult others, lot of damage other lives. They are educator, but they're not using their brain for proper way. So therefore, we are our brain to use more proper way. More is, our human characteristic way. That I think is more important, Pay attention. So then we have this special brain who can fix any our human problems. We have the ability, we have the potential. We are human, human being. Therefore, humans are very precious. So we call precious of human being. We are very precious. But depend precious or not, depend how you use your brain. Yes.
Lama Lakshey.
How are you?
Very good. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
I wonder if you could would say anything about how Buddhist wisdom could help with our ecological problems today,
Yes.
with the problems like
Oh,
global
yes.
warming,
What is it?
with
Ecology?
ecology, with
Ecology.
the problems of the environment.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. That's because before as mentioned, we humans too much desire to continue pursuing development of material world. Because we think, oh, if more I have things, I can be very happy, I can be successful. So only we focus material object. That's only we believe is our, main happiness come from. Then there's more and we need more. Yes, very obvious. Then in order to develop this material object, we need to destroy a lot environment. So now it's because our human intelligence, what is we need to think? What's the long term? If we continue to, damage our environment, what do we give it for generation to generations? We human being is ending of this generation? No. Our friend, family, our children, they continue living this earth, this planet. They're just like us. One of like us. What we desire today, our pollutions, our environment. So exactly our future generations same. So what we can gift them, what we can left. So our hand, shoulder, we call on our shoulder, in our hand, our responsibility. What we shift this planet for next generations. So therefore, it's because Buddha Shakyamuni is teaching 2,600 years before, not environment take care. So therefore, they're not allowed in monks. Take cutting trees, go to land, digging in the grass like that. Lord teachings about environment protection. But then it's because before the mentioned the competition of country to country, nation to nation, then it's develop. I'm faster development and make a lot of cars, make a lot of buildings, lot of pollutions. Really, it's destroying our own home, our own earth. So therefore, it's because I think more important, we need a concern in future generations' well-being for their home. So therefore, I think everybody have responsibility, ecology. Everybody, not only just some, the ideology or what you call the earth science people, earthology, what you call?
Ecologists.
Ecologists, just not their responsibility. Every single human being have a responsibility. Is the environment. Definitely. So therefore, when sometimes I have these little opportunities talking about those things, in schools and universities, a little discussion with the students, I'm very happy, to discussion, especially what is Buddhist can and what the Buddha said about environment. But today we don't have not much time to talk about. And generally, that's important. Aware individual have responsibility reasonably, not just like I wish this is more, reduce the what you call the climate. Prayer. No, definitely not enough. Prayer not reduce the climate. So we need effort. So that's effort. Individuals, right? Yes. So individuals in understanding effort, future generations, my children's children's, So then we can little bit make, I think, differences. So like that. Therefore, everybody, whenever have chance to talk, to effort, to make a group, make some kind of community. Well, that I think really effort. So like that. Buddha says talk about a lot how to protect the environment. So here we can talk, next time for more details.
Thank you.
Other questions? No questions? I'm happy if you don't have questions.
I'll ask another question.
Yes?
Okay, so one of the things that I notice, this is for myself and people that I work with, is really in the culture, there's a lot of fear.
Yes, yes.
And I'm wondering if you could say something about what you,
Thank you.
how you teach to that, what is
Yes.
helpful in dealing with fear.
Sometimes the Buddhists, they have called bodhisattvas, yes? The heroines or heroes or the most courageous ones. Those courageous, the heroines or heroes not come from some kind of fighting or defeat someone else because they know fear. Why we have fear? Because we have Lord hopes, And these hopes come from, of course, a self-centered attitude, some kind of protection, So bodhisattvas don't have necessarily, self-centered attitude, So they're concerned always others' well-being. So then it's because in order to concern others' well-being or to serve or help to others, then because they never have, concern their own self. So no fear, Why we have fear? Because we have narrow-minded. We have fear because we can too much pay attention one's own self, Then own community, own friend, own family. Then for that, in order to protection that small community, then that much we need to pay attention and hopes to how to successful, how not successful, Lord hopes. These hopes to bring Lord first. Yes? So that is because our pay attention to, for small community or partial, a certainty, very certain area. Therefore, it's because our, attitude very uncertainty, Oh, someday good, no fear, but another day, another fear. Then we reduce that fear, another fear comes. A very uncertainty that. So like that. Therefore, it's bodhisattvas to always wishing others free from their suffering and cause of their suffering. Always wishing others happiness and cause of the happiness, what I can do, what I can reacting, what I can, action towards make happy for others. Then if you have that attitude, then there's courage to, to solve the problems. Because you don't have focus, narrow area or self-centered attitude. Then your mind is more open. There's a lot of capacity. And you are very capable to deal with all situations. Because you don't have necessarily to fear about to whatever is the situation to deal with. So that I think, in general. Then also, and sometimes in here in the West, the commonly as some people to look self-loathing, or I'm not a good person. That is in Buddhist view very wrong. You are precious human life. You have potential, not only your own happiness. You have potential to bring others' happiness. So therefore, it's more understand, discover own precious and the potentials, then through this potential and your own confidential to solve your fear. So you are a human being. What's fear about? You have the potential, ability, or the capable of to dealing any kind of situations. So therefore, this is a big cause bring about your self-centered, confident. And the confidence bring your strength. The strength lead you are no fear. So like that. That is, I think, important.
That's very good, thank you.
Is there another question?
Yes?
You talk about mindful meditation or calm abiding meditation. I find in my life that only happens when I'm really involved in the practice. And it always becomes a problem when I get out of the practice and I get back into the real world and start making money or things of that nature.
Yes.
And trying to find that balance has always been difficult. If I'm really into it, I have to completely drop out of the system. When I'm in the system on any level, that's when I have a problem, and how to balance that.
Okay. There's one Tibetan Lama called Dr. Chintambinyama in the 19th century. He was writing for his disciples. He said, you are my students who to spend a life in the mountains and cave, in the meditation. But your mind is always in the home, you know. Then it's that nothing too special, neighbors by wild animals and birds. But who my students and living in the town and social work, but your mind is can be retreat in the quiet and the calm. Then that is more, you know, effective for your life, more important. He mentioned that. So that's very true, because meditation, for my thinking, is not necessarily to be avoid all these appearances. Even you avoid these appearances, what you see, what you can hear, then you go to a retreat in the mountain, but your mind is constantly thinking and busy with your memories or the tendencies. What the point, you know? So nothing benefit. But within this materialist, within this busy, you can manage your calm mind, maintain your peace of your mind. Then this brings about everything's habit, you know. Just I joked yesterday in Napa, we think humans have ears. It's pretty, yeah? Habit. If in the beginning we don't have ears, then someone have ear, we think it's very funny looking. Our habit, you know, everything. So make habit of the calm every day. Make habit every day to peace. Then slowly, slowly, no matter what busy, how this is noises, not necessarily bother for you, you know. One time I went to 2011 with the American groups in Tibet. Then some of them, we went to some Tibetan masters we see, and then someone else to ask in our group, there's near the Lama's house, there's one concentration going on, lot of, very noisy. Then one person asked, Lama, is it okay for you? This noise is too much noisy, yeah? And he said, he telling some stories. He didn't answer directly. But that means, he said, if I pay attention for the noisy, yes, it bothers. If I'm not pay attention for the noises, it's not bothering, you know? So that he answered. So I think that's true, you know? If you pay more attention to the noisy difficulties, then of course bothers, you know. If not that much, continue to maintain your own mind, peace, with be mindful, you know, wherever you are, not necessarily bothering, you know. So therefore, so wherever we go, whatever we, you know, we can, you know, mindful practice. I don't think have difficulties with that. So that's, I think, how to, you know, manage our own thoughts. That's I believe. But of course, you know. So, okay, thank you so much. I want to give you time to buy things and talk. Thank you so much for coming and listening and discussion with us. Thank you.
Thank you very much.